Yeah, what's up, yo? So today I just wanted to kind of show you how I put together my own like semi-budget IEM rig, and this is actually the whole IEM rig for the band plus the guitar rig for me and the other guitarist, all in one. This is a 10U rat case. It's really not that big. It's probably about up to my knee. It might look kind of big on camera. It's actually really small. So I'll show you on the quad first. Basically, I have my first one that goes to my cab, my real on-stage cab that's running through this power amp. And then the second one is going to cab sim, which goes to IEM and front of house. I'll show you how I have those put together. That's the same thing for the other guitarist on input 2. I'll show you how he runs into that and how it's routed. So basically that's my unit, that's my wireless pack and my canvas. The other guitarist is just using cables right now. This is probably like a $50 just a power strip. It's not a power conditioner. I'm not too worried about that, as long as it's, it's got 8 that powers everything plus the chargers, which I'm going to show you up here. So I'm running everything into an Allen & Heath CQ12T digital mixer and interface. And for me, it was important that it was also an interface because of the way I have it routed. So these are our wireless packs. We're using the Xvive U45T, which are 5.8 gigahertz. For right now, I have 2 separate transmitters. So I have my own mix, and then the guitarist, drummer, and bassist are sharing a mix, just up until we get a couple more transmitters. I do have 6 outputs, 6 aux outs, so I can have everybody on their own mix. So that's what these are routed to right here, to these transmitters. And like I said, everyone has their own mix. So on here, you go and you can change the mix. And then I have my laptop plugs into this, obviously. We're running click tracks, and I'm using MIDI output preset changes for the Quad Cortex, so that's automated. Then obviously this runs to the front of house. This has all the drum mics. Currently not doing drum split, but it's you can get a cheap Behringer XLR splitter, a rack mount splitter, so you can have the front of house can plug into your board for the front of house drum sounds. But right now I'm just kind of doing an uninterrupted thing. So I use my own mic setup, which also allows, in a way that allows the venue to keep miking up the drums however they want to, because a lot of times it's either a shared kit or we're rushing in between sets to set up. So for now, I'm doing an uninterrupted thing where I don't interrupt the front of house's flow for drums. This mixer is awesome. Obviously, it's an interface. I have the click and FOH routed to 2 inputs here, so that way I can send them one to this, one to that, and kind of split it how I want it to be. So yeah, the Xvive U45T, it's mono. Mono's fine, especially because it takes up only 1 output. With a stereo, you need to take up 2 outputs, and that's just, it's a lot. Even the CQ18T, you'd need a huge, like I think the Behringer Wing 32 or the CQ32 or CQ28 or something, those big giant ones. And I just wanted this as small and compact and light as possible, and it absolutely does the trick. I'm really not worried about a stereo mix, and especially if you're trying to put together something for a budget, you shouldn't really be worried about a stereo in-ear monitor mix. So we'll head to the back. So right here these are the patch bays I put together myself. So this one isn't completely done. Basically, I had to add some more for a snare. I have what I'm using for guitar. So this is, the inputs is running to the back of my Quad Cortex, my XLR outputs. So that way I can have 2 outputs for the IEMs, and then 2 more, or, technically, 6 more, but 1 for each guitar, that I can also route to front of house when they want to plug direct in and get that direct cab sim sound to front of house rather than mic the cabs. This is a custom patch bay I put together for probably like $150. This is just a 1U8. You can get one with like 10 or 12 that they're tighter together. And then you buy these separately. They come in like a 2-pack. So obviously this is front of house to plug in and get samples. My drum mic's here, the bass, the other guitars. So this is his output to his power amp and his cab, and then his input into the Quad Cortex to run through it. His overall was very cheap, and like I said, I have more running through this tomorrow. This is just a basic shelf. Sometimes I put cables and stuff on it. That power strip, it's pretty messy down there, but I have all chargers that I ever need for all the IEMs, so I don't need to take them out or, you know, set up a charger or anything. I have all my cables right here, and they're all plugged into, you know, the power outlets at the bottom. I'm missing some. They're all here. Yeah, it's got 5 here, and then 2 more for the transmitters. This is just a 1U sliding shelf. Oops, am I wrong? Oops. Yeah, this is a 1U sliding shelf. I didn't want the Quad Cortex on a sliding shelf because I really didn't want this to have the capability to really move around. Also, I control this through the Cortex control on the laptop, so I really don't even need to get in there since I already have my laptop on stage. Or not on stage, but it's sitting on the rack that's behind the amp, so I just do whatever I have to on the Quad Cortex through the laptop. And like I said, I don't really ever have to access by here except for shutting it off. So yeah, that's my semi-budget thing. Obviously, without this, if you're just talking IEMs, this is incredibly small. I mean, this is all you need. Plus, you know, your cables, or you can do a patch bay thing. You could really do this whole thing with like a 4U or like a 6U rack case. I only got the extra because of this, because of the Quad Cortex shelf. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. This is incredibly cheap, and it's been extremely reliable. I had a Phoenix Pro, which is like a cheap RF IEM, and it was completely unusable. Basically, it was just constantly cutting out, volume spikes, and it was a total mess. This has been super reliable. It's USB-C rechargeable. They've never died mid-set or anything. I've never even had one single dropout or volume spike or anything. They've been the most reliable, especially for the price. This is the U45T R4, so that you get 4 receivers and a transmitter, and then you can buy the transmitter separately for $150. So $750 for this. This was like another $800. So less than $2,000, and you've got this awesome setup, and that's with 2 transmitters. You could also, of course, just run your whole band on one, or buy a transmitter for everybody. I think the set with like 1 transmitter, 1 receiver is like $300. So $1,200 plus $1,800, that's $2,000. Everybody gets a receiver and a transmitter. These I have. This is Sennheiser IE100s, and then there's some Sures and whatever that guys want to use. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope that helps.